Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the exciting rivalry between two incredible drivers, George Russell and Max Verstappen. This intense competition has sparked discussions among fans, analysts, and even the FIA. Let's break down everything from recent controversies to what this means for the future of Formula One. First up, let's get to know George Russell. He's the young star driving for Mercedes, and since joining the team, he's quickly established himself as a strong contender on the track. Russell has a reputation for being not only talented but also thoughtful about the sport. Recently, he has been vocal about safety issues in F1, particularly in light of his experiences on the track and the driving style of his rival, Max Verstappen. Verstappen, the reigning world champion, is known for his aggressive racing tactics. He has a unique approach that often puts him at the front of the pack, but sometimes lands him in hot water. His willingness to push the limits has led to some spectacular on-track battles, but it also raises questions about safety and fair play. His racing style has drawn both admiration and criticism, creating a fascinating narrative for fans to follow. I will first talk about some notable past moments between George Russell and Max Verstappen that have fueled their rivalry. These intense on-track battles and post-race reactions give us insight into how each driver approaches competition. In the 2024 Spanish Grand Prix, Verstappen's bold dive at turn 10 forced Russell to yield, sparking criticism from Russell, who called it a desperate move. Verstappen countered by saying he trusted Russell to keep it clean. Later, in Monaco, a risky overtake attempt by Verstappen in the tunnel nearly led to a crash. Russell criticized it as reckless, while Verstappen defended his bold strategy. At the British GP, an encounter in the pit lane saw Verstappen push ahead in the queue, prompting Russell to question his sportsmanship, while Verstappen justified it as a qualifying necessity. In Japan, both struggled in wet conditions as Verstappen tried an outside overtake, which Russell labeled misjudged. Each incident highlights the tension and differing philosophies that fuel this fierce rivalry. In the 2024 Austrian GP sprint race, another collision occurred as Verstappen attempted an opening at turn 4, but Russell's defensive line closed too quickly, leading to light contact that affected Russell's handling. Following a steward's review, no penalties were issued. Russell later stated that Verstappen's move didn't respect race dynamics, while Verstappen brushed it off as just tough racing. The backdrop of their rivalry intensified at the recent United States Grand Prix in October 2024. During this race, there were multiple incidents that stirred up the tension between Russell and Verstappen. A notable moment came when Verstappen was involved in a close battle with Lando Norris, leading to a controversial incident that resulted in Norris receiving a penalty. This situation became a hot topic, especially with Russell's comments calling for more consistent penalties in the sport. After the race, Russell did not hold back. He expressed his concerns about Verstappen's aggressive maneuvers, suggesting that they could endanger other drivers. He made a bold statement, urging the FIA to impose stricter penalties on drivers who engage in dangerous driving tactics. This call for action caught the attention of many, emphasizing Russell's commitment to ensuring safety in Formula One, not just for himself but for all drivers on the grid. During the US GP, a significant moment occurred on track when Verstappen attempted to overtake Russell. They were wheel-to-wheel going into a tight corner, and Verstappen made a late dive on the inside. Russell, already battling his own tire degradation, was forced to make a quick decision. He held his line, but the two cars made contact, resulting in a minor collision. This incident sparked heated debates about racing etiquette and whether Verstappen's move was too aggressive. As tensions escalated, fans were on the edge of their seats. Russell, visibly frustrated after the race, emphasized that such aggressive maneuvers can create dangerous situations for everyone involved. He pointed out that racing should be about skill and strategy, not just pushing other drivers off the track. This incident added fuel to the fire, making fans eager to see how both drivers would respond in the upcoming races. In the following race, tensions remained high as Russell found himself battling Verstappen once again. This time, during a safety car restart, Russell and Verstappen were positioned close together. As the race resumed, Verstappen tried to overtake Russell in a bold move, which resulted in another close call. Russell defended his position aggressively, determined not to let Verstappen through. This battle showcased their competitive spirits, but also raised questions about how far each driver would go to secure a position. How did Verstappen respond to these comments? True to his competitive nature, he defended his driving style, insisting that taking risks is part of what makes racing exciting. He stated that he would not change his approach, emphasizing that every driver has their own style and that his has brought him success. This clash of perspectives highlights a fundamental difference in how both drivers view the sport and their roles within it. The FIA, the governing body of Formula One, plays a crucial role in maintaining order and safety in the sport. The discussions sparked by Russell and Verstappen have put additional pressure on the FIA to reassess how they handle penalties and enforce safety regulations. In recent seasons, the FIA has been under scrutiny for their consistency in applying penalties, especially concerning aggressive driving. Russell's and Verstappen's comments have amplified calls for clearer guidelines to ensure that safety is prioritized while still allowing for competitive racing. Adding another layer to this rivalry, just days after the US Grand Prix, Russell faced a challenging moment himself when he crashed during a practice session. This incident led him to reflect on the unpredictability of racing. He remarked, "I really don't know what went wrong," highlighting that even skilled drivers can face unexpected difficulties. This moment also emphasizes that, despite the disagreements, all drivers face risks on the track, and safety should be a collective priority. Both drivers represent powerful teams, Mercedes for Russell and Red Bull for Verstappen. Their rivalry is not just personal, it has implications for their team's standings in the championship. Mercedes has shown strong support for Russell's focus on safety, while Red Bull stands firmly behind Verstappen. This team dynamic adds an extra layer of pressure on both drivers to perform well, knowing that their actions impact their team's success. In conclusion, the rivalry between George Russell and Max Verstappen is not just about two drivers competing for the championship, it's about the evolving nature of Formula One itself. With issues of safety, competitiveness, and team dynamics at play, fans have a front-row seat to a thrilling story that will continue to unfold throughout the season. So, what are your thoughts on the rivalry between Russell and Verstappen? Do you think Russell is right to advocate for stricter penalties, or do you believe Verstappen's aggressive style is an essential part of racing? We'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Formula One and the intriguing dynamics of these two drivers, make sure to subscribe and share with your friends for more exciting content. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next video.